And now, from Glasgow.
Okay, so welcome to stages 18 and 19. Now 18 and 19 are exactly the same. The only difference is, well, no, there is no difference. So I've actually already made 19 halfway through, so that you don't need to see the whole process twice. But in 18 and 19, you get 2 leg frames, which are these hard plastic, and then you get 2 packs of screws, which are slightly confusing. I've just lifted that one up upside down. So you get 4 PTP screws and 4 PM screws. Now there doesn't look a lot of difference in the magazine, but the PTP screws, if you could see them side by side, they are shorter. So what I'm going to do is put my longer screws on the above, and then my shorter screws before, because I'm going to need the shorter screws before I have the longer ones. And you will see that actually starting these, the leg frames, they have slightly odd screw holes. Normally you get, on one side you'll get pegs, and on the other one you'll get the holes. You actually get half and half on this. There is a very good reason for it. So you're going to take your 2 leg pieces, you're going to pop them together, and you'll see on one side there's 2 screw holes, and on the other there's another 2 screw holes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do these half and half. We'll pop our screws in there, and we'll screw that in there like so. Pop that in until it goes tight. Remember, it's plastic, so if you over screw you could risk damaging it. And there we go. Turn that over, we've got 2 more screw holes, so we pop those into there like so, and then we screw those in. Now if you want to do stage 19 at this point, I don't think it's a terrible idea. You will now be left with this leg. Check it fits properly, and you'll be left with these 2 legs. So this is stage 18, this is stage 19, or this might be stage 18, this might be 19. They're both exactly the same. If you're doing 2 stages together, you will now be left with 4 PM screws, or if you're doing both stages together, you'll be left with 8. So the next step then, we need to bring in the lower body part from the previous issue, like so, and holding it, this is actually the correct way up, with these bits going up, and you'll see you've got 2 housings there. What you want to do is pop the smaller part. You see you've got the narrower part, wider part. We pop the narrower part. I don't think it makes a difference. It won't make a difference. And that goes in there like that. And then you'll see 4 screw holes at the top, and they will go in like so. And for the purposes of the video, guys, I'm just going to put 1 screw in, and that is not wanting to go. Why is that not wanting to go? That is wanting to go. It has actually connected. The reason it doesn't feel like it is because it's a very long screw with a very tight thread. Right, so that is in one screw in, which I will pretend that there's 4 in there. So then we move on to the next side, and it's probably a little bit easier once you've got the first leg in, because now it will stand up. And again, I'm trusting this process. Although there's screws going into plastic, which obviously isn't as tough as metal, I do feel that's rather strong. I mean, it's only attached with one screw. Let me take a cut, guys, and I'll pop the rest of the screws in. So, guys, you have caught me cheating using my electric screwdriver. I'm actually using my wow stick here. Makes the job so much easier. But if you do use a mechanical screwdriver, sorry, an electric screwdriver, do make sure you just finish the screws off by hand, because quite often they don't do the screws in really tight. The screwdriver is set to stop when the torque increases. So do always make sure you just finish these off by hand. And each screw that I put in, I can actually feel that leg coming in. It's almost like it's standing to attention, and that is actually really solid. So that is the legs complete, and it does remind me of a joke. We'll just take a second for you to just brace yourselves. So you know what ET is short for, don't you? Because he's only got little legs. Now, if there is anyone on the planet that has never heard that joke, I will be very, very surprised. But that is your issue 18 and 19 complete. So 18 is putting the two legs together and attaching it to the framework. 19 is putting the two halves of the legs together, attaching it. Because I've done them together, obviously I've done two legs and then I've attached them. We can see from the screw holes in here, there will be more to do on the legs at some point. I notice that there's a channel going through the middle, which is surprisingly suspicious for, I don't know, is it electronics? I can't think what electrics would go through the legs. And then there's a little cutout here, which sounds strangely like in the same way that they've cut this out in this way. It looks like there's some kind of support going in there. So I guess there'll be a support beam. I'm expecting the internal structures to be quite basic. So they'll probably just be square posts and supports, because the whole thing will be covered with this membrane. So you don't need the internals to be really neat and tidy. But obviously something's going to go over there. Yeah, that's 18 and 19 done. So we will be working on a new area in the next issue. We've done a lot of work on the head. Then we've begun on the legs. Can you guys figure out what is coming in the next issue, which will be the last issue of the pack? I'll leave you there and leave you guessing. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next video.